In this video, we continue to look at client validation flaws as it relates to application security. Specifically, we're going to look at bypassing JavaScript validation. So to do this, we're going to teach you how to use Z-Attack Proxy, or ZAP. Z-Attack Proxy is a well-known software tool that is used to find vulnerabilities in web applications. It is frequently used during development as well as testing to ensure that our applications meet specific standards to ensure that our data is protected or that the applications are running the way that they should without granting unnecessary privileges to those who should not have access to a specific system or device. Additionally, it is used for manual security testing for pen testers so that they can actually test their software to make sure that there are no vulnerabilities currently with it. So as part of ZAP, it comes with a browser. You can pick which browser you're going to use. It basically mimics Chrome, Firefox, Edge, etc. to be able to use it as a proxy to capture information and do something with it. So for example, we're going to look at bypassing JavaScript validation. So here we have a form, and inside this form, we have a label that's telling us what to enter inside of an input. And then we have a button that we're going to click, and then we have errors. So if we submit this, an error will go where the red text currently is. We're going to then have a script, which is our JavaScript, that is going to use a variable we call digits regex that's going to check to see if everything that's entered inside of the field is between 0 and 9. When someone goes ahead and clicks on the submit button, we're going to check on submit, which is going to return this validate function, which this function, basically what this is going to do is it's going to start with a blank message. It's going to check to see if only numbers, which is the name of our input, if the value of the only numbers is empty. If it's empty, it's going to display a message saying, please enter a value. Then it's going to check to see if the only numbers value, whatever's again entered into the input, is tested against our digits regex to make sure that only numbers are entered into this input. And if not, it's going to display a message that only numbers are allowed. Then it's going to say if there is a message, we know that an error was returned, and we're going to exit the program and we'll display the error message rather than actually passing this through. Otherwise, we will return true. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to do this in ZAP. So we're going to go to the section Client Validation Flaws and open up the JavaScript validation page. And what I want you to do is try to bypass all 7 parameter restrictions that exist. So pause this video, try this on your own, and then come back to compare your answer. All right, welcome back. So I've gone ahead and opened up ZAP, and I'm going to show you how to use this. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on Manual Explorer here and make sure that I have the browser that I want to use checked here. And in this case, I'm going to use Edge. I also want to uncheck the enable HUD because this has got in the way of some of the things that I've tried to do with this pen testing before. You'll notice up here there is an icon corresponding to the browser that you selected down here. I'm going to go ahead and click this icon. And as you can see, it opened up the proxy browser in ZAP, which we're going to use to try to bypass the JavaScript validation for this exercise. So after logging into my server, I've accessed this page in ZAP, and I'll show you how to bypass the JavaScript validation on the client. So as you can see here, we have a form here with all these values that are pre-populated. Like this one must take 3 lowercase characters. This takes only 3 digits. This takes a combination of letters and numbers only. This takes the enumeration of numbers, which means the textual version of a number. This one takes zip codes. This takes the extended zip code. And then finally, this one only takes phone numbers. If I go ahead and click submit, it says you were unsuccessful at bypassing JavaScript form validation. Why? Because it submitted the correct values. So what I want to show you is how to capture values that JavaScript would not allow to go through. So what I'm going to do is come back to the ZAP client, and I'm going to go ahead and click this green circle, which is our breakpoint. And then I'm going to come back to the browser. And this time I'm going to go ahead and click submit. It's not going to actually submit the form. It's going to spin for a while, indicating that it's waiting for some kind of response. And that's because if I come back to the ZAP browser, it has basically frozen the response here and is waiting for me to manipulate all the entries before it's actually gone through. So by using ZAP here, I'm able to pass the right values to be able to be verified through JavaScript validation. But now I can go ahead and manipulate this after the change. And in order to do this, what I'm going to do is come here and manipulate these values. So for 3 lowercase characters, I'm going to just add a number to it. For the digits, I'm going to just add a letter to it. For the no special characters, I'm going to go ahead and add a special character like a $ to it. For this textual version of a number, I'm just going to add a number or a letter that would make it so that's no longer a textual version. For the zip code, I'm going to go ahead and add a letter. For the extended zip code, I'm also going to add a letter. And then for the phone, I'm also going to add a letter. So now if I come up here and click this play icon, and then come back to the browser, you'll notice that it says you've successfully bypassed the JavaScript form validation for all these fields. So what does that mean? This means that I can't rely on client validation because that can be manipulated. So I need to make sure that on the back end, I am double checking these values, that they are within the realms that we'd expect these values to be. Thanks for watching my video. Feel free to click the links here to watch the next video of the playlist, continue to the next playlist, or subscribe.